Did I say it right?
Yes, you did say it right.
You know,
Yes, but everyone calls me Lee. So
Lee.
that'll make it a lot more easy.
Yeah. So since we're here, man, I mean, I know I sent you an itinerary and told you what we're talking about. Did you find any of the first three topics something that you wanted to dabble in jovially?
Nothing in particular. I'm just going with the flow.
I'm just going with the flow. Well, let me make sure I pull it up. I'm running behind a little bit today. So yeah, Jesse Smollett. Are you familiar with the case of Jesse Smollett?
No.
Juicy, I mean, his name Juicy Jesse.
I think his real name is Jesse Smollett. Comedians were calling him Juicy.
Yeah.
You can tell the story.
He's an actor. His sister was the girl from East Bayou or whatever. He's an actor on a prominent show on Fox, and after like the second or third season, or maybe from the first season, he came out that he was homosexual, and like at the height of the show, he said that he got gay bashed basically and racially profiled, and filed a case, and the whole world was like, stop beating gay men or whatever, and black, all that kind of stuff, and then come to find out he hired two guys to do that to him, right? So of course now it's criminal, right? You filed a false police report, blah blah blah. So he's appealing the ruling of 180 days in jail. And I think that's hilarious that he was like, man, I did all this, man, and I'm 3 months. I'm scared of 3 months. That's kind of funny to me.
Has he went to jail yet?
I'm not sure.
I feel like that was before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Strange how we, I look at it not as an indictment of him, but it's just strange how like we'll do some stuff wrong, know it's wrong, get caught doing it, and then be like, well, please don't punish me like I'm supposed to be punished, man. Just give me a little bit. I ain't gonna do it no more. Just give me a little. It's like, man, no matter what we do, man, as people, I'm talking about just human beings, survival's first.
Gotcha. Ms. Lee, tell us about yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So I do social media management, photography, videography for artist Dimitri Reeves. I'm also a fashion designer, just all around creative. So yeah, I dabble in a lot of different projects, but more frequently known for the support on that end and also producing my clothing line.
Okay, so what kind of clothing line do you have? Is it only for females? Is it for males, females, adults, kids?
Right now it's gearing more towards the feminine crowd. I will expand into male clothing. I just haven't really got like a mental visual of how I want to approach it. I want it to really look like walking art and something that's very eccentric but comfortable and just enjoyable, and something that doesn't look like everybody else.
Okay, Young James Boogie is a model. You know that, right? He did some modeling in his day. Yeah, in his heyday, Young James Boogie did some modeling. He still had this slender figure. So if you need some male models, he will wear a blouse from time to time. Because he's a.
What is with you, bro?
His fashion is a little metro, so he will wear a blouse.
That's not the truth.
From time to time.
Why would you?
So if you need,
I think everybody could appreciate something eccentric, though.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against blouses, but you've never seen me wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go out into the public with a blouse. Now, if I was joking,
I've never seen you wake up in the morning and do that because I'm normally not with you when
you've never seen me outside of a space in a very specific situation with a blouse on.
I have seen with a blouse on. All I'm saying is,
but you don't want to add. It's like saying I saw him shoot him and leave the part out that, but there were 3 knives to his neck and then made him do it. Like, you're forgetting the most important part about it, man, and just skipping over that.
I'm not sure anyone made you come out that closet with a blouse on, okay?
But no, I'm saying, I didn't say they made me, but I'm saying that it was a specific situation, it was like it was centric. It wasn't like I was random. Like,
well, no, this is specific, Miss Lee. When she has her runway fashion show. I'll rock a blouse too, bro. I'm not just putting you out there like that. Like,
you can rock the blouse, but I prefer not to.
Oh, okay.
But
sometimes you wake up feeling like another person and want to try something different.
Yeah,
so,
try something.
I don't know. You might wake up and just be like, you know what? It's a blouse kind of day.
Yeah, bro. You could.
I don't have them. I mean, if the Migos, and those guys want to wear I don't have anything against it. You know what I'm saying? I can see how it fits a time frame or, a style. But me particularly, I don't know how to.
So what do you look for in clothes?
Comfort always. Comfort always.
Okay.
I really got to the point at this point where I try to only wear clothes that either it has something other than that's sponsoring me, or that I made, or that somebody I knew made, or something. I try to just grab anything that's generic, so I want to be authentic to, myself and the things around me. So if you see me with a shirt on, normally it's, that's so-and-so stuff, or that's so-and-so stuff, or that's so-and-so stuff, or it's Houston. Okay. Yeah. But piggybacking what you said about making clothes, what inspired you to want to do that?
Well, it was a childhood passion. So I started learning how to sew probably like 5-6 years old. Then I kind of like dropped it off. My grandmother transitioned recently, so that was something I used to always talk about her. So I think that was like a really key thing for me to want to push it out to other people, because like I was already kind of like making my own thing, because I was like, okay, cool, this looks very different. But with her transitioning, that just kind of like pushed that thing, and it kind of helped me feel close to her. So
that's what's up. I've always I always wonder what motivates people to do things, you know what I mean? Because I mean, there's no right or wrong, or but this is like just interesting to know, because once you know what motivates somebody, you kind of can take a whole new liking or disliking to whatever they do, right? You can be like, oh man, he's just doing it for money. I mean, it's cool, I like it, but it seems kind of whatever. But then if you say, oh man, well, I was inspired as a kid, and you give a backstory to it, it makes it feel a different way to the buyer sometimes. I think
inspiration is something that's so difficult to pinpoint. Like we go through so many different experiences in our life, and we interact with different people, or we see different things. Like for me, I feel like I'm inspired by all creation. Like I could look at a tree and get inspired, but it's just one of those things. Like I feel like inspiration is kind of like that internal voice, or like that kind of connection that you have with whatever the grand scheme is. It really, like it really draws you, and it gravitates you to just pursue different interests and put different things out there into the world. Because you could think, oh well, hey, I'm just making clothes, but a lot of people could do something like listen to you guys' podcasts, or they could hear something that someone's writing, and it completely changes the whole trajectory of their life and their mentality, and then they go out and do something just based off of that one action. So I feel like inspiration is a lot deeper than what we may necessarily perceive, because at the end of the day, we're all connected, and somehow these interactions mold and they fall in place, so it could be just for other things to happen, and it's just crazy to think about. But
I can dig it. I can dig it to an extent. I also think that you're 100% right, and I think that the randomness of life only seems random from a certain perspective, right? So I know I'm always feeling like things are random, because there's no way I could comprehend all these movements. It's too intricate. So it seems random to me. When I was like, how did this random thing happen, man? And how are we banking on this random thing to happen? Because we're not. But then if you think about it, like there's order, there's an ultimate order in everything, even the chaos. You just have to be from perspective to see it. You can't. Sometimes I just can't see that thing. Not that it makes a person unintelligent or anything. You just can't see from that perspective yet. you ain't got there yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not always an upward journey. Sometimes it's a lateral journey, or just understanding of, you know what I'm saying? So perspective, man, that's something we're going to talk about later. But yeah,
Okay.
but
I definitely. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'll continue.
No, I was just saying. I don't even think, in a sense, chaos is not even chaotic. Like we have polarities. We have a lot of dualities in our life, and a lot of dualities in our essence and inside of our being. So a lot of times, I think like the mind has been conditioned so much to label things to be one way or the other that we kind of get away from this reality that everything just kind of just is. Like we have a very hard time just accepting a moment for a moment, and allowing ourselves to experience through the different moments. Like a lot of people could become very attached to one thing, and they're like, oh yeah, this is a terrible thing that's happening, and then you look back and you're like, oh no, I'm actually happy that helped me, that actually kept me from doing XYZ that could have took me somewhere completely different. So
okay,
yeah, it's just
I'm with you and I'm feeling you, but your lighting is so unique in the background. Your lighting in the background and with the shadows, it's
Well, it's moving. I don't know.
It's really moving. Because I was like, I didn't want to say it was moving.
No, it's not moving. It's the
lighting.
It's the pattern.
Yeah,
it's the pattern.
The pattern.
The
It looked
pattern
like it
and how
moved
the
in
light's
some. I just
reflecting.
thought, like maybe the AC cut on and some wind blew.
Nah, it's the lighting. It's the lighting. So when the shadow moves, it seems like the things around her. What I was saying, it took me a minute to catch it. Cause I'm like, I'm tripping over here. I'm in my head like, dang man, boy, drugs are bad. You know what I'm saying? But now it's not that. But
I saw him. I saw what you was talking about.
Okay, yeah,
I just assumed it was the AC.
Yeah.
I thought it was the AC pushing the side. I just thought it was fire. I'm like, man, like she like cocooned in this little. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta step my game
No, it's
up.
actually just pinned to the wall. It's probably like how the patterns and things, and like I'm moving too. So
yeah.
It's
It's kind of a mind thing. Yeah, that's why I went to a whole different place. Man, I was like, man, I was gonna go wait. I was like, oh, but okay, when you said it is moving, it let me know that I wasn't tripping at all.
No, you're not tripping at all.
Yeah, but I'm tripping though, but because you think it's moving as in physically. The way I'm seeing it, it's waving. It's not moving. It's the pattern is moving, not the actual thing. See what I'm saying?
I was 50-50 because I saw the waves move when she moves. So whenever she kind of moves her head, it'll move.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it looked like it was coming up. So I was 50-50. Either it's the AC or it's just the optical illusion.
I thought it was for like 10 seconds. I thought it was a green screen, but
But boy, if we was on some shrooms.
man, I was gonna say, I love what you just said just though. That you just, I heard it talking about that gray area of your life that we really live in. That gray area is more gray matter or gray area that we live in than it is black and white. And a lot of the disagreements and the disagreements with factions of people is because they want to be black and white. Like, now I gotta be this, you know.
Well, I don't know if it's because they wanted to be black and white. I just think it's different people's perspectives on how they navigate said gray areas. So the gray area is what we live in. My perspective of something might be on this plane, yours might be on the other. So I might assume black and white. It's just your different perspectives and how you navigate said gray area.
And what I'm saying, yeah. I'm saying, and I don't want to stay here. You know, I think I'm trying to argue. But listen, I'm just saying, it's like if we all got this, all three of us, and we all got the same basic belief to do right by people. That's our basic belief, right? Yeah. But you say that is the red lip God. He say it's the gray bearded God, and I say it's the red shirt God, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The only difference in what we're saying is the person who's saying it. For the most part, you got some little tweaks over here. But now because it's the point where we got to I can't cross this line for maybe one of your tweaks or just the fact that you don't say red shirt God. Now I'm working against you now. Just instead, we really could work in the same spaces and just be cool with people's differences, man. If they do that over there, man, if they do over there, if what they choose to do, you know what I'm saying? I raise my people who say we don't do that. They can do that over there. You know what I'm saying? If it's time to work together, we work together. But it's that black and that when I get to the point where I'm out the gray in the way that not the way that I think, but the way that I act. Okay, this is this is a gray area, right? It gets to the line where the red shirts, we don't walk on grass. We want to walk on concrete. But the only way to get over there is grass. So now I'm be like, man, we got to lay some concrete down so I can walk. Like, man, just walk on the grass, bro. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? We can't walk on the grass. That's my, you know what I'm saying? And get to the point where like, I just don't want to. Because of my white or my black thinking sometimes. Not you and me, but just people in general. But you can believe what you want.
And it's knowing it's okay, because ultimately we're all going to the same point. Like everybody's trying to get to the same point. So it shouldn't really matter a person's personal pathway to get there.
Yeah, like we should, in your analogy book, we should live in a world where, you know, there's a path with grass and concrete for both people to walk and get to where they're going. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't say, well, just walk on the grass. Nah, we walk on concrete over here, bro. Well, we have space for both people to do what they do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it was space, I think in some places it's not space. So like, you know, some places they decide. Literally, what you're saying, they're trying to do that. Like, okay, let's make space. Yeah. Well, nah, you can't do it in that spot. Yeah. There's always it's not saying, I'm just saying it's always a point.
Yeah, you're right.
That people just come to, like, you can even be like, it's okay, we're gonna make space. We all want to be in the same space. Well, nah, you can't be 25 degrees latitude here. You gotta be 25. Like, so how far do we negotiate till really I'm just, you know, an afterthought of what I should have been. We can't be fair.
And see, I think that's when I say how people navigate said gray area, because some people, you know, they just want to push their agenda. They're closed-minded, and they don't want to compromise or just, you know, coexist with people. You know, I guess religion is one of the great examples where, you know, my point of view is I really don't care who you worship. I think it's really all the same entity anyway, but, you know, just told in different stories to be able to relate to those people from different parts of wherever they're from.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. But, you know, some people you got to be this way. You know?
Yeah.
I definitely feel that's why we're so animate about pushing love, like just in everything that we do. I feel like love is a basic term that anybody can resonate with. Like a dog understands love.
Yeah.
You know, a child can understand love. It could feel it. Like you feel that compassion, you feel that unity. It provides a space for understanding, and it provides a space for people to. It's just like, it's okay if you are the way that you are. It's okay if I am the way that I am, but I love you. And, you know, I think if a lot of people really took time to digest that point, because no matter what religious standpoint you have, no matter which way that you approach it, people approach it with relationships. People look for it in their work. People look for it with animals. People look for it in all these other places. But if people really took time to just sit down and really dissect, like, okay, what is this thing? Okay, how can I extend that? What does that even look like? Asking those proper questions versus saying, I don't like the way this is going. Because I feel like a lot of times when we say, well, why are things like this? Like you're digging deeper into the problem. Yeah. Like I don't think enough people are asking solution-based questions. What would it look like if I had love? What would it look like to show compassion to this person? Yeah. What would it be like if I could take time to understand where this person is coming from? And that opens a whole different floodgate, because now you're channeling your brain to go a completely different direction. Redirecting conversations when you see it happen in front of you. Because a lot of times, like we wait for other people to create the opportunity to do something right, but we have just as much power in that situation as that individual does. I could easily just sit here and say, you know what do you like about today? Like, like, and it'll just change the complete mood. You can't fight it.
Do you think that the internet has anything to do with that? And I mean the internet by saying that the rapidness that we can get satisfaction for whatever Jones we want. Do you think that has anything to do with the fact?
I feel like energy goes where attention flows, and a lot of people don't realize. Like you think about the algorithm, right? What pops up on my phone is going to look totally different than what pops up on your phone. Yeah. But that's because we're feeding different things into our brains. We're searching for different things. Yeah. But if we begin to tell ourselves, like, this is a standard, begin setting standards with yourself.
Yeah.
Start there. It's that simple. Hey, I don't want to consume nothing that looks like this.
Yeah.
If I have kids, I don't want my kids consuming X, Y, and Z. Let me show them the type of things that I want them to feed into their brain.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, well, kids are sponges. You don't stop sponging when you get older.
Yeah.
We're still sponges. That's why somebody could say something and we emotionally react to it.
Yeah.
So like you just kind of have to start within. And then after you start within, you talk different, you speak different. Now, when I have a conversation with you, I'm going to, the way that I talk is going to already have you thinking different. And boom, I just changed the world.
Yeah.
It's just like that. So it's just building that habit, maintaining that habit, making that habit the standard, saying I'm not taking anything less than that. And it has no choice but to grow.
The power of positive thinking.
I try to be positive.
I don't think it's necessarily positive, though. I think it's just discipline.
It's discipline. See, I try to be positive. I try to make sure that I learn something from every encounter I have. I try not to have a negative day. I don't, you can have a day and you can have negative times in a day, but if you dwell on it, it'll just bring you down. So I try not to have negative times in a day. If something negative happens, I try to find a positive in it. I try to find something I can learn from it. If it's something I did, how I can not do that again. If it's something somebody else did, hell, I try to figure out a way to find a solution to that.
But what if you could not be uprooted in those moments?
What you mean?
That's why I said it's a discipline thing. The only way that something can upset me is if I allow it into the essence of my being. That thing is going to happen. Like something like the wind could blow, right? And if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to get pissed off about the wind blowing. But any other day, I don't think about it. Why? I discipline my brain to think a certain type of way. So you elevate your brain into this space that you can't see nothing bad happening. You don't even have that perspective. That's discipline. That's a choice. Because a lot of people say, oh, well, it's positive thinking. But if I see somebody doing something wrong and I'm like, bro, you shouldn't be doing that, they're going to say I'm being negative because that's what they want to do. But I'm not being negative. I just have a different perspective and I can see, hey, this is not what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a discipline thing. Positive and negative is subjective.
I always say that it's unique that the way that we look at things, like you're saying, or as you were alluding to, just doing the thing that has to be done without thinking like, should I do it, or just like this is what has to be done. This is the thing. We're gonna do this thing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna help this person, or we're gonna make sure this person isn't taken advantage of. We're gonna make sure that we're gonna make sure we all right. Just in every situation, right? And so it doesn't matter if I know that person or not. It doesn't matter if we're related. It doesn't matter if we're the same skin tone. It don't matter if we have to speak the same language. I would have that same compassion for any human being, right? And so I think that's another thing that the classism, racism, sexism, all these isms a lot of times are separating people from, like, nah, we all the same, man. If you fall down, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm not I don't know who you are, you know what I'm saying? I met you, I saw you tripping, or you tripped trying to skip me in line or something. Still, I'm picking you up, man, because if I fell down, I want to get picked up, you know what I'm saying? And just add building blocks to the situation from there, you know what I'm saying? We get in an accident, bro, it's an accident, man. I made a mistake, I'm sorry, man. Like, I can't go backwards in time, you know what I'm saying? So can we fix it, or we cannot? We should fix it. Like this, how can we fix this? What I gotta do? We know what I can't do. Don't say you gotta do something that I couldn't do for you if it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was roles reversed, bro, you couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So why I gotta do it? I'm just
I put this quote on my wall that I wrote, and it said, "Problems are just distractions from all the beautiful things in life."
I agree with that. I like that.
And for me, that's a very key reminder because, like I said, I draw inspiration from anything. I was sitting on the plane, and as it was going up, I was looking at how tiny we are. And I was like, how tiny are the things that we think are a problem in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah.
I do something similar, but I'm an Aries, so that means I'm very moody. And
What you?
and sometimes, when you deal with people, what is it? Sometimes I don't know. I don't really believe in this astrology stuff, but I read some of the traits. They say the Aries will kill an ant with an atomic bomb. So I feel that sometimes. But what I was saying? Oh yeah, when I have problems, I try not to dwell on them. Like if a problem pops up, I look at it and I try to figure a solution out. Instead of being mad about it, try to figure a solution out. Like how can I fix this opposed to this being something bad? So kind of do something similar.
I think that's good when you have that level of awareness. Um, I do believe that some people aren't necessarily groomed to have that level of self awareness to understand that, like, okay, yeah, I'm reacting to this situation because of X, Y, and Z. And I definitely feel like that makes a complete difference. Like, if we could just bring more awareness to people as individuals, it would just be monumental growth because people would just clock themselves and they'll be like, I don't even have to go there. Like, yeah. So like awareness, it makes a big difference. So it's good that you do have that.
I've noticed
skill set.
sometimes I let it go boom. Sometimes I'm sitting in a situation and I look and I'm like, yeah, I really don't have to go left, but this person is pushing this button so much. I consciously I say fuck it, and then I go boom.
Why not walk away?
Yeah, sometimes see that's I still have to have growth there because sometimes when you walk away, everyone doesn't share maybe the same thought process that you might personally share. And when that happens, sometimes you have to sometimes you just have to go boom and let them know so they can not play.
So that's where my curiosity is coming up at. Like what is that? I guess what is that driving point? Because a situation happens, okay, this is how I'm responding to this. What is that thing that tells you, F it? Like I'm just going like what is that?
I have an example, and it's bad because it's an example in the workplace. But it was an example in the workplace with a guy who was a racist, and he always had racist comments for the people of color in the office. Always had these jokes, and we let him make it. We just whatever. We left it alone. It worked. Not a big deal. And in one morning, he got besides himself because we let him make it so much, and I went boom. And after I went boom, he realized that what he was doing was unacceptable, and it stopped. And it stopped for the betterment, not only for the people of color in the office to be more comfortable, it actually kind of helped him out professionally because now he realized that he was being offensive to people. Now, the crazy part is we've had normal conversations about him being offensive, and he didn't think it was a big deal. So someone had to go boom for him to truly understand it. And that's crazy, but yeah. That's just one example.
That's interesting.
Okay.
I was gonna say, it's unique. It's unique the way that people view things. People watch a lot to a fault because I can go places that I'm supposed to be enjoying myself or whatever, and I'm really people watching. And I'm like, every person every person is a movie. A movie with probably 4,000 or 5,000 scripts. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all unique. And in that second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 20 minutes, whatever you're with that person, you're now a part of their movie, and they're now a part of your movie, right? Or you could be in the movie and be a background player, like just for arguments or just for making something up. When Prince Harry and his wife got kicked out of the
Royal family.
royal family, right? There was somebody else there that wasn't in that. Other than people that was in the background, just happened to be there, the maid or the butler or the financial advisor, because they had, he was just there, and nobody's gonna ever talk about him, but he probably can tell all his, man, I was there when that happened, man. Harry damn near beat the shit out that old man, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, he probably saw some shit that we didn't even see, you know what I'm saying, or some, and it's like you're a part of that movie. And so sometimes I find myself trying to see in the 5 seconds what this movie is, you know. Oh man, like today I saw a dude, he getting carried, this is what, 12 o'clock in the day, he getting carried by 2 chicks, and I don't know if he crying or if he just drunk, you know what I'm saying, but it's 12 o'clock and they carry him down. I'm like, dang, like, how did he get here? You know what I'm saying? What happened? It was a tragedy in the family. He just drunk, did he lose his job, or, you know, whatever, because he got Clamato in his hand at the same time. Then in two seconds later, I see somebody else, and they having a powwow outside of the store. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so it's like you just see all these events, much less if you're sitting in a place and you're like, damn, we're out. The chaos is right in front of you, bro. Even if you want to describe it as chaos, there's a lot going on with everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just unique to people. Don't think about that a lot. Sometimes they just be going through their day like, what I got going on. I'd be like, damn, you know, there's people that got stuff going on in the car next to me that's life threatening. You know, you got people, you know, that you might know that have stuff. I'm like, shit, my stuff ain't nothing, man. I have a plan, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bleeding, and that, you know, whatever. But hey, Dub,
That's another thing too. We kind of talk about a lot. Where like a lot of people are just treating you the way that they're feeling inside, or kind of like the way that they've been treated previously. Like it's just in their brain. Like their brain is wired to operate that way because that's what they've been exposed to the most. So it can't, again, like I said, it's just a discipline thing. You just have to train your mind to extend some more grace and just say, okay, this is not directed to me. This is internal conflict manifested.
Have you ever heard about the reason why they call it a barrel of laughs? Either one of you guys?
A barrel of laughs?
Yeah.
I've never heard this saying before.
You never heard of barrel laughs?
The only barrel I've heard of is a barrel of monkeys, and also the game that we used to play with the kids at the YMCA.
There's a popular saying that person is a barrel of laughs, meaning that person is funny, right? And so it came from back in the slave times of the United States.
Of course, it did.
The slave owners, masters, if you want to call them, wouldn't want the slaves to be happy, you know what I'm saying, to be jovial and happy. So what they would do, if someone was really funny, they'd go run in a barrel and laugh in the barrel so it was muffled, right? And so to this day, it's kind of attributed. Think about it, when black people, it's kind of unique to black people that when something's really, really funny, you run off and laugh. Like, man, I fell out laughing, or I ran off laughing, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what's the word? I've got the word. It's
Program?
Yeah. It's like it's programmed in you to do that. I've got the technical word for it, but it's very unique. I didn't know that. It's a lot of things people don't know that I don't know. Forget people.
Have I ever ran off laughing?
I think every black person I know has ran off laughing.
I've never ran off laughing.
I've laughed in people's face, bro, because I was an asshole when I was younger. I've literally laughed in people's face.
Well, I mean, like something so fun, like we talking, you sitting down, and oh man,
My grandmother would smack people.
Yeah,
to just like.
Yeah, I think that's another one too. It's like be quiet. That's what it's saying. Like it was like if you start laughing, they start hitting you because it's like be quiet. The master come.
I hate them heavy-handed people who hit you, bro. You know, like you had a heavy-handed homie that wanted to and slap you on the back every time. It was funny.
Shout out to Marlon Johnson, man. Marlon Johnson used to strong. He used to get. We used to be playing and laughing and stuff, and he, you know, I might be funny sometimes. And he get to grabbing you and shaking you like, hold up, man.
No, that was just you. He was shaking because he knew something was up,
like,
sir.
Man, it's strong. Let me go, man.
He knew something was up with you, sir.
The time when we, I said that thing about Mr. Albanita in the office, and R.I.P. Mr. Albanita, but
you're a horrible person.
No, man. I didn't say anything about her. I just said about the situation.
Horrible person, bro.
How's that a horrible thing to say, man?
You're a horrible person, bro.
Bro, Okay, I didn't call her a name or anything. She just
Probably
had.
did, bro.
No, you were there. What you mean,
That's why I know. I said you probably did.
Bruh, I didn't say anything. I said, she had a lot of stuff in the bag, and we were all sitting in the office, and I was like, "Hey, it's a bunch of stuff in that bag." And to their testament, they all ran. In fact, all of y'all ran out laughing.
Because I ain't want to laugh in the lady's face. Ms. Lee.
All of them ran out, literally out of the room laughing, except for Dominique, because she couldn't move. Was it Dominique or you? One of y'all couldn't move because y'all was sitting down in the
Yeah,
desk.
usually if we run out laughing, we don't want to laugh in the people's face.
But
Because you're a horrible person, bro.
Why would you laugh? I was out laughing. I said it.
You probably was.
No, I was just sitting out because I was just sitting there, and she was just pulling out. She pulled out like I ain't gonna talk about it, but
Yeah, don't talk about it because if we talk about it, it's really gonna sound bad. Because I know what you're talking about now.
yeah, and y'all ran off laughing.
Yeah, because she was a bigger lady and she had a purse full of snacks.
She had a purse. She had a brown paper bag.
And he made light of it.
For her, and she pulled out like a full Heinz ketchup and a full mustard.
I told
I'm just saying what you did, and it's like she kept pulling stuff out. And I'm like,
And he made light of it.
I just said, I'm literally like tripping out. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the moment. I'm like, that's a lot of stuff in that bag. You know what I'm saying? They thought they took it a certain kind of way.
Of course we did. Ms. Lee, we're going to send you a new link in about two minutes, okay?
Okay.
Because this
sounds
link is
good.
going to die. Let me send you another link.
Okay.
All right.
In progress.
All right. There you go, Bug. Ask your next question, Boogie.
Well, I'm gonna ask a pre-question. I'm gonna ask you. Have you ever I saw somebody post this on one of them things, and it was like, I never heard nobody say, "Put that Lil Jon record on."
You know what, Bug?
What?
And Ms. Lee, I just answered while we were sending the link
Yeah.
that yes, I have. But you know what? I got to retract my statement.
What?
I've never heard anyone say, put that Lil Jon on.
Yeah.
I've just heard Lil Jon come on and seen the club go crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, we've been in the DJ booth before for an extended period of time, just in the booth. And I've never heard somebody come up there and be like, "Yeah, man, put that Lil Jon on." Like, I thought about it. I was like, people come put their record or something that's on the radio. Something like, like, play that, that Destiny's Child. Girls would be saying something like that. Or the dudes would be, play that, Fat Pat. Play that, But I ain't never really heard Lil Jon. That's unique.
But at one point, Lil Jon was on fire, bro, to the point where we had, as a group, we had to make a crunk song during the crunk era because of Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He definitely had a very particular era.
What? I think that's half the reason why we didn't make it as a rap group. If we would have been rapping, if we would have been in our 20s 10 years ago, now I'm telling on myself, if we would have been in our 20s 10 years ago and came out with our music if we would have been in our 20s 10 years ago and came out with the music we were making 20 years ago, we would be at least B-level rappers.
But will we still have the same perspective if we rap 10 years later? Will we have a more perspective of the era that we wouldn't have the perspective of the era that we were in.
We were
next
caught
era.
in between eras though.
Yeah, so we would have more of a Lil Jon perspective. Like, that would be the shit that we grew up on. Like, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a, you gotta ride.
Nah, I don't know if we would have grew up on that though. Cause
We had to, because we'd have been, that would have been,
Well, hold
what
on.
we
How old is Lil Jon? How old is J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar?
They in their 30s.
30s?
Yeah, so
Early
we'll be in our
mid-30s.
30s, bro. We'll be making music similar to that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. We were heavily influenced by
We
cocaine.
would have created differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we were heavily influenced by cocaine music. I love it.
We all were. Okay, keep going. I ain't gonna say that.
Say what you gonna say.
No,
It's nothing bad. Say what you
I
gonna say.
didn't. I was trying to think of how many cocaine songs I made. I don't think. I
No,
made,
we didn't make too many cocaine songs because it wasn't left up to me. I love cocaine and drug dealer music. Like, I want to listen to Pusha T all day, even though Pusha T has given us 8 cocaine albums.
Yeah.
I listen to all 8 of them religiously.
I think about cocaine music like I think about booty, right?
Whoa.
Like girls' booties.
Okay.
Okay, it's better for you.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I care about a booty so much? Like, not saying that I care about it so much, but I'm saying, but why do I care? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's like the least important body part on a woman, but it's important.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, it will the only like
First off, all parts of the black woman is important. Go ahead.
it is Black Women's Health Month,
It
and
is.
I agree that all parts are important. I'm saying in the smaller scheme, and like just if I'm saying okay, the booty is important, but it's not like it shouldn't be a determining factor. But for
It shouldn't
some,
be.
but
No.
some for it people like, oh man, she cute but she ain't got no booty, or she ain't cute but she got a booty. Like it's strange. I feel the same way about cocaine music, man. It's like I know it's it has its drawing points. You know what I'm saying? Usually the guys doing it are quite linguistically advanced. You know what I'm saying? They have all these slick sayings to re-describe something. You know, they won't say it's a bag of coke. They'll say it's some sugar in a bag. You know, and that's the linguistics of it are appealing. You know what I mean? But then the same way, I'm like talking about crack. How much can we? So I'm 100% on your side and 100% on the other side. The same, the duality. You know, I feel it, but I'm like, I don't, man. But Killer Calion is like, man, boy, I can't stop listening to that guy, man. But then it comes to a point, I'm like, it's just certain things that he says. I'm like, man, why you gotta say that though?
What is your favorite music genre, Miss Lee?
That's tricky.
Uh-oh.
That's so tricky. I don't know. It depends on how I feel.
What's tricky is that background that keep moving and keep throwing me out. That's what's tricky.
I'm just glad I don't do like any weird drugs. Well, I'm not a drug guy anyway, but
I don't know. I kind of want to talk about this, but I don't.
bring it up. Let's go.
Because man, we talked about leprechaun shitting in your hand, right? Like, basically, I was like, when
You got to get and then ask her
yeah.
a question. Yeah.
So you know how in history we get a story about, oh, this is how something happened. You leprechaun, you catch him and get a pot of gold, right? But really, it's been dressed up from what it really was, and like you get a pot of gold, but like really he got doo-doo in your hand, like that. Like they didn't put that part; they switched it up. It might be crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because like doo-doo in your hand, like yeah, that's why it was hard to catch him, because you get to catch him on doo-doo, whatever, right? So now this is me being hypothetical, right? So somehow magically the next day, because I do a lot of NPR, I do a lot of just NPR radio a lot. And they're talking about this guy who was about the Dead Sea Scrolls specialist, who made a whole. He's like, Jesus wasn't a person; it was a metaphor for mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm listening.
And it was, and this is a degreed, you know what I'm saying, one of the few people that's read all the Dead Sea Scrolls, you know what I'm saying, and he was saying that really that it was a metaphor to tell people when you take these drugs, you get closer to God. And I was like, man, that's a crazy concept, but like the only people who know the true answer are not here anymore, right? Like you couldn't get the honest answer. The people whose perspective who were there, it was the 12 disciples or whatever, how many people you might say. And then there's people with them, and they had friends. They had, they went to the diner to eat, or they went to the barn. It was a farmer or the owner of the barn there. He heard this whole conversation. He could tell you, man, I was there when he told Jesus XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just so unique. We got to pause for the cause.
Recording stopped.
His name was John Allegro.
I heard the name before.
John Allegro. So
I'm not mad at it. I mean, I would have to read more about it. I'm not mad at the take.
And that,
because there's a lot of stuff like, the actual Holy Grail. Some people think it was a cup. Some people are saying it's a bloodline. So
yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad
There's
at
so
the
many
take.
different interpretations of that, so
exactly.
it's tricky.
Exactly.
That's real tricky. But I've actually like not from personal experience, but I've actually heard a lot more association with that concept with people who did DMT versus shrooms. Like you hear a lot of, well, kind of mixed batch, but like typically people who talk about, oh yeah, I did DMT, they talk about that spiritual concept a lot more.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that's tricky because it's like you have people who have personal experiences without even touching drugs.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, it could be, but
now what if I told you that your body is a drug and that the endorphins the endorphins that are pushed out are a drug as well. We can be addicted to the endorphins that we push out in certain situations. So, people like, I never did drugs. Like, yeah, you did. You got a drug in your body. Well, I'm not saying about you. I'm just saying people like.
Well, that's technicality.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's why you got adrenaline.
That was funny. We were having that conversation today about coffee being a drug.
Yeah.
And really anything that alters your body. I was like, well, that would mean that water could be a drug. Like, because if you intake it, it change how your process works. So
I just learned a couple of months ago that water is not the best for you. And that it's the juices in different, like the water in the juice, because it has electrolytes in it, or it has natural electrolytes. I didn't know that.
So yeah.
Have you ever done juicing?
Nah, man. I'm scared of diarrhea.
No, I never juicing, bro. I have a juicer, bro. It's like a hobby of mine, but I like to go to the juice bars as well. You're not gonna get diarrhea from juicing.
I didn't say it was the right take. I just, in my brain, I'm like thinking, man, if I eat like 4 different fruits, I gotta do.
Well, I mean, it's gonna clean.
That's probably a good thing. You probably got a lot of stuff you need to clean out.
Are you talking about my inside?
It's probably just detoxing.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's probably just detoxing.
Yeah.
But I have noticed a difference with juicing, just like with energy levels and like just like mental capacity.
Yeah.
You just think a lot more clear and you're a lot more energized. But like you were saying, it is a detox method. So it flushes your system out. And after you're clean, I imagine you wouldn't have that problem.
Like you sipping on the life water, right? Yeah. There's something in here. If it's that whole reverse osmosis process, I think that's the part that's, even though it's water, it's technically not as healthy for you. If it's natural, like well water or spring water or something like that. I don't have the right verbiage to tell you, but it has something to do with the process.
Yeah. I mean, I made what it says electrolytes for taste. So
bro, but it's like a reverse osmosis. You got to look at it. And then it's crazy because when you go in down the water aisle and look at everything says through osmosis or whatever it is.
Yeah. I've since I think January, I've been have at least, a couple of these a day.
You got to drink a gallon a day, bro.
But I've heard that, but I think I'm sure I have a different water retention. I got it because I like, since I was little, like when everybody drink water, like when we run sprints or whatever, they like drown. Like, nah, I don't want to water. I drink when I'm through, but I never drink water or anything, and I never really cramped. I never cramped. I cramped like 1 time or 2 times in like 12 years of competitive sports. I didn't cramp, so I don't know, but I'm trying to drink the water, see what that does. I don't feel any different. I feel the same. I feel a little lighter.
Spring water. Do the spring water.
I feel a little lighter.
Alkaline.
I do the alkaline. I do the alkaline too. I'm being more active. I'm trying to put in a couple hours a day, every day.
See, I read somewhere you get your alkaline through like the fruits. You find alkaline enriched fruits and vegetables. Like I think watermelon is one of the better fruits to eat because of the amount of water that's in it. I think cucumbers are alkaline as well.
No, both of those are really good.
Yeah, I would never drink. I mean, I don't like cucumbers.
My bad.
I don't like cucumbers. I don't like cooked vegetables at all. I don't like cooked vegetables. So I eat baby carrots all the time.
You don't do bro, I love spa water, bro. Get you some cucumbers, chop them up, throw you some lemons in the water, and you got your little spa water.
I'm childish. I took my
Just
car.
dominate it with like the fruit you do like, and then it'll blend well.
My
And you'll be able to taste it. Get the same nutrients.
I got a childish palate, man. I admit I'm not proud of it, but I do say I have a childish palate, man. I eat chicken all the time.
I like radish. I don't know why.
Nah, I wouldn't put
You
it.
like what?
I like radishes. I put radish in the
okay.
salad. I get the radish, I chop it.
I did not hear that right.
Oh, what did you hear?
Yeah, rat
I
ass.
thought you said I like rats. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, I don't do that. It's funny. I was in New Orleans. Like, this is the only time I've ever ate at a restaurant and saw the rat run across and didn't care, because I was in the middle of the French Quarter and I saw a rat like run across the little porch.
Was the food good?
It was amazing.
As a distraction.
Well, no, they were like, it's the French Quarter, man. It's not a restaurant that doesn't have a rat running around. Man, you're probably right. Because it's so old, though. You know what I'm saying?
In your brain, you're not thinking to yourself, man, it's probably rat piss in my food.
Dude, and so the other piece, no, I didn't think that at all. The other piece is,
but it's probably true, though. But I guess it's like,
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
So I got an immune system.
Exactly.
I mean, when I was in
him.
when we were in New York, bro, we really saw like huge rats that looked like the size of a cat or a small dog.
Oh yeah. Where'd you grow up at?
Oh, I'm from H-Town. You know what I'm talking about? Houston, Texas. Where you from?
Okay.
Why is so aggressive, bro?
Bit everywhere.
You from who?
A little bit of everywhere.
Oh, I thought you
My
said
mom moved around when we were young. So like I've stayed in Mississippi. My mom's side like from Maryland area, so we'd be kind of up and down. And my grandmother, she would be like, "Oh yeah, we need to make sure y'all travel. Y'all need to know what's out here." I was like, "Okay." But
you like crab
we were
cakes?
very seasoned. Oh yeah.
See, I need to go.
Nothing compares to Maryland. Like Baltimore has some really good crabs, and I haven't tasted no crabs like that.
I've heard that,
anywhere.
And I want to go. I want to go to Maryland
so
just to get the crab cakes. Matter of fact, I was watching this one show on Netflix. There's a place, I don't know if it's in Baltimore, but there's a restaurant, and they serve you the like soft shell crab in a burger. So it's the crab in the claws and everything in the burger, and you just eat it.
That sounds about right.
I gotta go there.
I don't know where it's at, but yeah, that sounds like it sounds like you can find it.
I got it wrote down on like my restaurant bucket list to go to. So
I'm not really a seafood guy.
What's on your bucket list? It's just seafood? I said, what all you got on your bucket list?
Oh, a little bit of everything. So there was this one place in Houston. It was called, man, not Pete's Wildlife. That was a club. It was called something, and they had like this exotic game that you could eat. It was like cobra snake burgers. They had ostrich, all this kind of stuff. So I went there and I had like a
cobra snake burgers.
Yeah, I had like a snake hot dog. Pause. Yeah, so that. But I want to go to Maryland and do the crab cakes. I mean, I'm from Texas, so we go to Louisiana all the time and eat Cajun food. I went to Hawaii and had the traditional fish and chips, whatever. But I want to go overseas to one of these little markets and eat like the weird ants and shit. Yeah. I want to go to Africa and go to like one of those little, I want to go to Africa and go to those little markets. That's what I liked about New York, because when I was in New York and you hit Chinatown and they had this like it was for blocks. They just had fruits, vegetables, all kind of meats, and it was different. It wasn't like in Houston, you know, you walk by in Chinatown and they, in the window they just got the little pigs or whatever it is just hanging, and you can just go.
You ever been to the Hong Kong Mall?
It's different. It's like the Hong Kong Mall on steroids. Of course, I've been to the Hong Kong Mall.
They got they got a couple of stores and they got the whole.
Nah, that shit on steroids. I love the Hong Kong Mall. I go get like the chicken skin chips, the fish skin chips, all that shit.
Yeah.
I do the Japanese snacks, man, because you know I like anime, and they have the Japanese snacks, different like sodas, the different candies. I love that as well.
I got a child's palate, but I really don't eat candy a lot. I just eat.
It's different. It ain't that sweet, bro. It's like different, bro.
Oh, I might try it one day. I used to think I was cool. I would take a date to the Hong Kong Mall, and if they act like they, because you know, there's a part of it that's really kind of like Hong Kong, like it's not clean like Hong Kong and everything, right? And like, you know, I was like, you ain't cultured, man. You know, you don't know what culture is. this is culture right here, and it's also really cheap too. You know, everything was like $3. I was like, we can eat for $10. I didn't tell her that, but I was like, $10. We can like one of these big ass sandwiches, get some a rice or a noodle, whatever you want. Yeah, these seats is all shaky, but it's culture, man. It's culture. What were we talking about?
I don't know. You had a series of questions, man.
Oh. We didn't talk about the elephant in the room. You spoke about him earlier, but how did you meet Mr. Dimitri? And for those who don't know, well, you can explain Mr. Dimitri to the audience.
Me and Dimitri do the street corner performances. He does Michael Jackson, Prince James Brown, Elvis. Been getting in very heavy traffic, especially through like these past 2-3 years. Mm-hmm. It's been extreme heavy engagement. But I met him like 5 years ago during a street performance out in Baltimore. I had just graduated, I think, and my aunt was like, "Oh yeah, don't go downtown." And me being hard-headed, I went downtown. But yeah, that's where we met, downtown Baltimore. So performing.
So he'll literally dress up like Michael Jackson and go downtown and perform?
No.
How does it go? Because in my mind, I have him dressed up as whatever person.
You got to come out and see it.
Okay.
I've seen it several times.
Well, where have you seen it at, Boogie?
I've seen it.
We're in Houston right now.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We'll be out again tomorrow.
Well, you got to lead with that. I'm thinking I got to go to Baltimore or something.
Nah, he was on. What was that?
No, he said how we meet.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't know you was okay. My bad. You right. I played linebacker. My bad.
So I've seen them on Tidwell and Hollister a couple times. I've seen them on what's that? On Tidwell and what's that? By the McDonald's over there, the Crab Kings.
Oh, so they're not far from where I'm at.
I mean, I've seen them.
Yeah, we'll be out tomorrow. If I could text y'all a location.
I've seen you on the south side, off Cullen.
Oh yeah,
Are you okay? So I mean, and people pull over in the cars because when I saw last time the other day, I thought it was a car accident because I was late to work, and I'm like, let me go this way. I usually go other way. Let me go this way, and I look, I'm like, oh, it's a car, it's an accident up here. And when I get up there, it's he hold me. Dun, dun, dun. And then I'm like, I'm like, damn, she hit me earlier. I might have, been on my note and got there. But it's an interesting show, man. The light show. People think y'all are married. I don't know if y'all are or not, but people think y'all because they're like, man, this girl holding him down. She getting all the angle. Look how man, I need a girl down like her.
That's fire, man. Yeah, let us know. I'll definitely pull up.
Yeah, we'll be out again tomorrow. I could text y'all the spot when we know. We just drive around till we find a spot. So.
I'm getting a haircut. I'm going to the chiropractor, and then I'm gonna see some street performances.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's nothing like the in-person experience. I could break it down to you, but I just say come see it.
How did you guys?
You gotta feel it yourself.
How did you guys get the notion to bring the light show to it? Because when I seen the first time, it was just the speaker, right? And the loudspeaker. But then when I seen I'm like, they got a light show, bro. They got a light show, man. That's almost ingenious, man.
That's pretty cool.
Invest in yourself.
And see, that's something I liked about New York that we don't have here in Houston. Now, we might have it, and I just don't be out in the streets like that. But I was on the subway. We were going, I don't know what the hell was going, was lost, actually. And so we on the subway, right? It's packed, too, because it's like rush hour. People got off work. And so this dude and this girl got on the subway. Homie pulled out a little speaker, bro. Mm-hmm. She pulled out a mic. Mm-hmm. And we got like a little mini concert, bro. And to me, that was the flyest shit. And I could see the face of the New Yorkers who deal with this shit on the daily.
Mad as hell.
Mad at the motherfucker. Like, man, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell who were tourists and who were from New York because we was like, damn, that's kind of fire.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah,
I saw that like 20 times. Yeah, it's a different energy.
I can understand why New York could be mad though, like because if you grow up with that, Or you couldn't off work. You might have had a horrible. You not saying that they should have. I'm saying they might have not gotten to the point where they can compartmentalize their day and get it off them, or be. So they might be caught up in, their day, and this dude up with somebody.
But it's so different.
Happy. Like
we don't really come across like any. I don't know. It's always been a blissful experience. Like I said, that's what I was saying. Like it's a totally different energy, because you see people go from this,
yeah,
and then they're like, and their whole face lights up. So
yeah,
it's a different vibe. You just got to sit and watch, and just come watch. Just come see.
What time y'all gonna be out?
Probably around like 2.
2.
Oh, I'm gonna be fresh from the chiropractor too.
See, 2 o'clock. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow Friday. I'm trying to. If depending on where y'all at, I'm trying to make it for sure too. Come on.
Yeah, we'll be out from like anywhere. We typically stay out like anywhere from 2 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
So we when we start, we're out there for a minute, so that should give some wiggle room.
You said
I can text it.
You said y'all have a light show. Do y'all do any nighttime performances?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, text us the address.
I definitely
will.
thought about jumping out of my car once and challenging him to a dance off, but I hadn't stretched. You know what I mean? And
you could dance with.
I hadn't stretched.
No.
Well, I mean, to me, a dance off isn't a competition. It's more of us, both of us showing our art to the world simultaneously, letting the world have. You know what I'm saying? There are some people who might say, "Oh yeah, James Boogie definitely was the best dancer ever." But I wouldn't take that. I'm being funny right now. I wouldn't take that seriously. I just no, we're both great.
So what you're saying is, tomorrow when you guys come, you're going to dance with him.
He not gonna do it. He gonna talk all this cash money right now, and then when he get out there, it's gonna be like, oh yeah,
that would be hilarious.
Earlier today, and my knee was hurting a little bit. He ain't gonna do it.
That would be hilarious, but I don't.
Bro, we were street performers for a hot minute though.
I've done street performances, man, but I
don't know about the street performance you talking about. I'm talking
an old
about
man now,
back
bro.
in the day when we used to hit the Kappa Beach.
Yeah,
and that's tough too, because I remember we were at 29th in the seawall.
Mm-hmm.
And we were trying to rap the people walking on the seawall.
Yeah.
At times, I feel like nobody was listening.
Yeah, but there were times when it was a crowd.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was a crowd.
It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
it is a lot of fun.
It's not, it's
just enjoyable.
What, if any, what when you go to different cities, do you feel the vibe of the city after a performance? Like you get there and like, oh, the city feels this way, and then you perform in the city. Do you get a different feel for the city? Meaning like
every time.
Yeah.
Like you mean like does the energy shift after the performance?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every time.
That's neat.
Every time.
That's neat.
We typically go to those bad neighborhoods on purpose.
Yeah.
Because like I said, a big part of what we push is the message of love, and that's where it's needed. I mean, that's where it starts at. And like, if you could just nip it in the butt, and it really makes a difference. It really makes a difference. I had someone call me probably like 2 days ago, and they were just crying, like they just bust out into tears. And he was like, "Thank you so much for everything you do. Like even your contribution is so helpful." And it just gave me hope. And like I had a lady walk up in a gas station, and she just fell to her knees and started crying. And it's like you can't pay for that. I was shocked, because like we were talking about earlier, you don't, in your mind, what you're doing is this.
Yeah. And
then how everybody else seeing it is like that. So you don't even get to see necessarily from a bird's eye view how what you're doing is affecting someone.
You said a mouthful right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and a lot of times, like, I think about it like this. Like when I'm asking for stuff, I'm like, I'm asking for the street, and what's prepared for me is the sky. So it's like real small in comparison. Like You know, and the sky kind of endless. Like if you up there, you just look.
That's
Like you never really know. And then a lot of people don't even tell you. Like they'll just see it and be like, "Thank you."
I mean,
And it could be something like telling somebody hi.
yeah. The inspiration.
Like, dang, nobody can speak to me in like 2 weeks.
I thought I was dead.
Like, I'm serious though. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny, but I'm serious.
Yeah, the inspiration can come from anywhere, anytime, anything. The thing that brings you back to where you need to be at doesn't have to be grand. It could be the smallest gesture, like you said. It could be good morning. Yesterday, I went to get something from my car. This is spray. To blah, 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 auto care, right? And I walk in, and it's like, "Good morning." Like, "Good morning. How you doing?" He was like, "How are you doing? My name," and he started talking to me. So we ended up talking for like 10 minutes about, you know what I'm saying. And when I was leaving, he's like, "Thank you for coming by," you know what I'm saying. And like his energy, kind of like my whole day was good, you know what I'm saying. And it all started with me when he, it's like, "Welcome to so and so." You like, "Hey, what's up?" Or you just wave. But just this, like you said, the way he said it and me responding with a question, it sparked some shit, you know what I'm saying? And that was live, like you said. So the energy can come from anywhere. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be grand.
So, Miss Lee,
Yeah.
tell our listeners where they can find your content, your content online.
My Instagram is Lit.Wit.Lee. That's my Instagram.
Lit.Wit.Lee.
Lit.Wit.Lee. I like it.
Lit.Wit.Lee. And for the performances, all that's under Dimitri Reeves. So that's DIMITRI And you could just Google that, everything pop up. So
So give us a rundown one more time so our audience can know exactly what you do. Fashion designer, street performer. What is it all again? So they can.
photography, videography, social media management, and fashion design.
Man, that's wonderful.
I keep busy. I keep the mind going.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming on with us on the 16
Absolutely.
Shots podcast.
Thank you.
Make sure you send us that address in the group text so we can come check out some street performing. I'll bring my camera. We'll do
it'll be a fun time.
Do a little mini photo shoot of the street performing.
Oh yeah. Y'all gonna have a blast. I'll be like, what? Like we talk about it, but y'all gonna be like, what? So
You gonna dance, bro?
For me?
Oh.
Man, I ain't dance. No, you don't dance, bro.
No. You might have a little move or two. Little two-step.
Yeah, I got like a little two-step,
See that?
A foot tap.
I got
a little bit.
I got moves. Just letting you know.
Wave a lighter.
It's not a joke over here.
You're not gonna wave a lighter?
Nah, when we rapped, I was the dude in the club with the glasses he got on. I never understood why he was in a dark club with glasses on, but holding up the wall. I was too tough to dance. I don't know why. So I never learned how to dance.
I see you stretching now, so you don't have no excuses tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to go dunk on somebody tomorrow. It's like, I'm a pinky pinker, man. My pinky pinker, so I can't dance. My pinky pinker hurt too bad.
He's definitely gonna have an excuse.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be smiling. I'm gonna be smiling so much. I can. All my energy is in this energy and smiling. I can't move my feet right now. This is enjoyable. My eyes are working too hard. Hold me.
That's okay too.
Dun, 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 dun. I like when the ones I've seen, I like the whole thing, but I like when he does that song because like he's really feeling the energy and he does the. I like Michael Jackson he gets so crunk.
Oh yeah. He dropped on his knees quick.
Yeah, I can't do it no more, man. And he does it on concrete, man. Does he have like pads on his?
No.
Oh man. My knee is not bad. It's my my Achilles. I mean my patella tendons. I have jumper's knees, so I can't put pressure on them on the ground like that. I can still jump though.
Okay, I believe.
I mean, you seen the video, man. You seen the video? Yeah.
Of the power.
It's buzzy. It's buzzy.
You haven't seen his content at all, right?
I've seen it before.
I'm gonna go check it out when we get off here in a minute. I'm gonna go to the IG and check out the content.
Okay. I'll type it out too in case y'all.
Oh yeah, do that because I definitely play linebacker.
Okay.
Well, Ms. Lee, it's been a pleasure to have you on the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub. It's been a pleasure.